Welcome to Navigating Your 20s. I'm your host, Jess Hugo, and I am so excited to have you here. I'm an online personal trainer and nutritionist, but honestly, underneath it all, I am just a girl who is struggling, thriving, and surviving somehow all at once. So if this is you, you are not alone. If you want all the juicy tea on what it's like to be a girl navigating her 20s, I'm talking relationships, health, fitness, social life, work, and everything in between, then you're in the right place.
Hello, my girls. Welcome back to another episode. Oh my gosh, I'm doing something so rogue and random today. Gosh, I'm already stuttering. You know, it wouldn't be me without a stutter in here. But I was thinking the other day, what do I love about hot girl walks? And it's actually just the yaps. Like, honestly, I've been on hot girl walks before with some of my friends. We have walked for like 2 hours, not even realize that it's been 2 hours, not even realize that we've literally walked like 10 Ks because we're just so busy yapping back and forth. And as much as I love having that educational side of the podcast, which it's not going anywhere, don't worry, I also feel like I am that person that sometimes I'll be getting ready and I don't want to listen to music. I want to listen to a podcast, but I don't actually want to listen to an educational one. Like, I love them. They have their time and their place. But sometimes I just want to hear some girls yapping. And of course, this is a solo podcast, but we can yap. We're girls yapping. I feel like for me, because I obviously do listen back to majority of my episodes, I kind of feel like I'm like with myself in the conversation. So I feel like you very much have the opportunity to respond in your head anyway. So get out on your hot girl walk right now or get ready for whatever you're going to do for the day and just pop this on. This is very much just, if we were on a hot girl walk right now, this is what we would be talking about. And there's so many things I want to talk about, and I was like kind of writing a little bit down so that I didn't forget. But then I was like, okay, it's very much my personality to just say a bunch of things and topic change 101 times and not really have any structure with that anyway. So I feel like we're just going to keep it that way because 1, that's my personality, and 2, if you don't like it, too bad, so sad, honestly. Okay, random thoughts and things that have been popping up in my head recently. First things first, let's take some more accountability. Let's take some more responsibility for our shit. I've been talking to a couple girls. I actually put out a market research form as well. And I actually loved the responses I got on it. It was actually really, really nice to see girls that I necessarily have never even spoken to before just talk with their chest, being like, you know what? That's on me. I haven't been doing this. I haven't been doing that, which that wasn't my intention on the market research to like call people out and be like, oh, what do you fucking suck at? But in one of them, I think it was like, oh, in your opinion, like what could you be doing now or whatever? I don't even remember. Why do I not even remember what it is? Whatever. Essentially, it's like, in your opinion, of course, like what could you be working on to get like to the goal that you want to be at? And like some people are like, honestly, like I'm just so lazy, and you're not. And there's so much I want to talk on about that. But I'm just so lazy. I can't be bothered. Like I don't believe in myself. And I actually love this piece of taking accountability. And I see, first of all, you're not lazy. This is almost like a negative self-talk in that moment. You're not lazy. You have just been fed such toxic shit online. You've just been conditioned to believe that you need to train 7 days a week to actually see results. But I actually think it's really, really important to have that level of responsibility there. Like, I actually know I haven't been putting the work in without the shamey words of like, I'm so lazy, I'm this, I'm that. Because I know a couple girls that never take accountability. They never take responsibility. It's always someone else's fault. It's always this person's reasoning for that and this and this, and they are never the problem. They're literally never the problem. And that's why they will always be unhappy. They will always feel anxious. They'll always feel unsettled. And I know you're thinking of that person right now because they're everywhere. That you probably a friend of a friend or a family member, or there's someone in your life that's constantly complaining, constantly acting victim to their circumstances, but they never, ever, ever take responsibility for it. It's like, I'm literally so miserable right now because X person did this and Y and this and that. And I'm just like, okay, and what's your responsibility in it? And what could you be doing? And I've worked one-on-one with people like that before, and I very much I want to pull you forward without shaming you. So I'll be like, cool, well, what can we do then? And if you're always like nothing, you're going to end up in the same place. I even caught myself in it the other day. I was saying, I feel like I didn't even know what to say. I'm such a loser. And then she came back to me and was like, why are you calling yourself a loser just because you got a bit like bamboozled in the moment and didn't know what to say? Like, you're not a loser. Like, why are you saying that? And I was like, that's so true. Like, I felt like I had to almost like cover up my shitness in a moment of shitness and be like, oh my God, like I'm such a loser for no reason. I just had to like justify why something wasn't working, when in reality I could have taken responsibility and taken action and been like, actually, I could have been a little bit more organized, or I could have planned for this a little bit better, or whatever the thing may have been. And it's like, what can you actually do to create responsibility for your bubble and your space? And I was thinking about this more and more with like, obviously, I don't want to get into, I am not political. I don't even watch the news. If you know me personally, I'm like, I'll see news snippets here and there on like TikTok and whatever, but I do not watch the news because it is such a negative space. And I think I've shared this statistic with you before and I'm going to butcher it. I always do. But it's like, if you watch, I think it's like literally 5 minutes of news in the morning, it can have negative effects on your day for up to 6 to 8 hours, which is essentially your whole entire day. So as soon as you're seeing some type of negative news in the morning, which most news, like let's be real, 99% of news is negative or false or dramatized or whatever. Like, think about Tammy Hambrow. She's like top of mind for me because I feel like she's been in the news heaps between her and Matt divorcing, and then like obviously her, I don't know, rekindling with Reason. I don't really keep up too much, but I just see all the classic Daily Mail articles making up such lies, and then it makes you think really negative thought patterns. They actually almost determine how you think. So I definitely do not watch the news, but the world is a scary place. The world is so crazy. There's so much going on. I heard the other day, and I don't even know if it's true. Please do not fact check me. Again, I do not watch the news, about like them potentially putting in travel bans for America and all this stuff. And I was like, okay, like this is crazy. What can I control in this moment? Knowing all those things, like I feel anxious even talking about it with you right now, even though it doesn't really affect me, but it's just negative, right? And our brains aren't wired to have all this negativity fed into us every like 5 fucking seconds. Like, think about social media. You're probably having a really fucking good day, then you get on your phone and then you see something and it just like affects you, and it's like, it's because our brains actually weren't designed for this. They weren't. I honestly, like, I've been thinking about this so much, how it was so much more simpler in a previous life when they didn't have phones connected to their hips 24/7. And like, yes, there's a time and space, like I love having my phone to take photos and capture moments and share things and whatever, but I hate it for the negative thing. And it's like, I've done a whole episode on this, unfollow them, blah 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 blah, but it's like our brain is actually not ready for that. And lately I've been noticing more and more, I've just been consuming just a lot and just talking about a lot, like I'm saying, the world events and things like that, and it just like bubbles up, right? And then this morning I actually had to force myself to pull out my Kindle and read, I don't know, a chapter before I got on my phone and checked everything. Because I did tap my phone to check the time because I was like, girl, I don't even know the time. But I feel like I should get an alarm. I don't know. I feel like I want that sunrise alarm, to be honest. But I literally don't wake up at sunrise. Some days I do, some days I don't. But I was like, I'm going to read this. And then I was like really struggling to read the pages because I kept just thinking like, work, messages, this is, and I was like, girl, stop. Like, it's not even, it's like way before 9. No one needs to hear from you. Everyone else is getting ready for their jobs and stuff anyway. Like, why do you need to reply right now in this moment? Like, you don't. And you don't need to check everything, and you don't need to do this, and you don't need to do that. Like, fucking relax and read the fucking 10 pages or however many pages within the chapter. And I felt so much better for it. I felt so much more cool, calm, collected for it because I controlled my actions in that. Do I want to check my phone and then just fuck up my whole entire day? Not necessarily. So I just controlled my actions in that and was like, cool, I'm just going to have a look after I read my chapters. You know what I mean? After I read my pages. So it's like, I'm enjoying that bubble that I'm creating. I'm not giving into the news and the negativity and the this and that. And I find like the news as well, this has really been coming up lately, is like obviously cost of living. It's like trendy to now say that you're affected by cost of living. Like, you literally probably don't even have a house. You probably don't even like own a lot of like assets, right? It probably doesn't affect you, but you're like, cost of living. And I think like that's the thing now. Like, people will literally be like 20 and they'll be like, oh my God, the cost of living, blah, blah, blah. And I think it's because, again, all this scarcity from like the news, they're like telling you, oh, like you're not going to be able to move out of your house until you're like 50 and you're going to be single and alone forever and you're never going to buy a house. And scarcity. When like, honestly, if I'm like so real right now, yes, of course things are going up and it's like you want to think and be a bit more like conscious with your purchase, which like you should be doing that anyway. You should obviously think twice before you just drop $1,000 on a fucking handbag. Of course, like I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying like, I just feel like there's so much scarcity around it. And I was talking about this the other day because the word gets thrown around so much, you suddenly think you're affected by it. And again, I'm not saying you are, I'm not saying you aren't, but I just feel like it's this constant thing like, oh, groceries going up, oh, petrol's going up, oh, houses going up. Like, girl, God forbid a girl wants to live. Oh, everyone's going and buying Yochi. Oh my God, what a waste of money. Like, you know, when your parents are like, oh my God, personal training is so expensive. Oh my God, eating fucking yogurt is so expensive. Lucky for them, it's not for them, it's for fucking you. God forbid a girl wants to spend some money and feel fucking good. Literally, God fucking forbid. And I love my mum, but she literally does the same fucking shit. Just because something might be directly affecting you doesn't mean it's affecting me in my 20s. Like, if I want to get some fucking frozen yogurt and that puts me back a little bit on the house, God forbid. God forbid. And I actually saw something the other day saying, like, everyone is getting so depressed, not like diagnosed, but just feelings of depression. And I think even diagnose, what is it called? Diagnosis rates. Oh my God. Diagnosis rates have been like going up and up and up, which is great because people are actually going and seeking out the help they need. Love that. But it's crazy. It's because of all this scarcity and the fact that like it's literally going up. Like people feeling depressed and feelings of depression because people can't even spend 1 fucking cent on themselves. God forbid they do, because then everyone's talking shit about them. Like, again, as I said, I love my mum, but she literally does not believe in any of the things I do. And you've probably experienced the same. Like, she's like, I would never pay for a trainer. I'd never see a psychologist. Like, psychologists, this is not my theory. This is fucking hers. Psychologists, like, they just want to keep you coming back to spend money. And I was like, oh, it's that generation, right? And then if that's all you're surrounded with, then how are you supposed to think? Then you start obviously changing your thinking and thinking like, oh, I can't pay for like a PT. Like, it's such a waste of money. I've got to save my money. But you're saving all this money to still feel and look shit. You're wasting all this time hating what you see, spiraling every night, looking in the mirror, hating what you see. But lucky for you, you've got an extra $80 in your account this week. Like, that literally makes no sense. And I feel like I used to get really wrapped up probably like a few years ago in that way of thinking, because obviously you surround yourself with like your family a lot. But then ever since I kind of like met my partner and got different perspectives, because he grew up completely different to me, and just obviously worked with more people. Like, I started my business in this time and worked with more people one-on-one and just did more things. I actually realized that way of thinking just keeps you fucking feeling shit all the time anyway. And like, as I said, God forbid you spend $80 to feel a little bit fucking good about yourself. Like, what is that $80 going to do anyway? You're probably just going to spend it on a fucking meal out anyway, because you're going to feel so shit and you're going to look for a dopamine hit. Like, that is literally what they were saying, because everyone's trying to save so much money that they feel so shit because they have no dopamine from anything, because all they're ever thinking about is the cost of living crisis. And I'll see interviews, you know, when TikToks do interviews on the street and stuff like that, and they're always constantly like, oh, I can't afford this, I can't afford that. And it's like, but we probably can. Like, we probably can. It's just like we're told we can't, because so we think we have to, like, because you know how, oh, you see those interviews with the older generation. Oh, they buy coffee out. God forbid I spend $5 on a fucking, I know it's not $5. Like, let's just say $7 on something to make me feel fucking good. Like, literally, God forbid. God forbid I'm having the worst fucking day in the world and I just want a really creamy, nice, milky little coffee from a cafe, when I've been having at-home coffees every other day. Well, I've been having espresso, fucking instant packet, fucking pieces of shit every other day. Like, literally, what? And I'm not saying, like, don't save money. I'm not saying that. But it's like, I don't want the house, the designer bag, the luxury car, whatever the fuck, if I still hate how I look in the mirror and I still feel shit about myself. At the end of the day, I would rather spend a little bit more and actually be able to walk into a room of fucking confidence, actually feel 10 out of 10, actually be able to back myself and feel good in a store, not feel like everyone's looking at me and judging me. And that comes with actually investing in yourself and your body and all of the things. And I've been thinking about this so much, because if you've been living under a rock, you wouldn't know. But I have been at full capacity for face-to-face this whole entire year. And love that. Like, that's obviously great in terms of business, but hate that for the fact that I've had a wait list like this whole time, and I fall into the problem where I can't really let anyone off the wait list. And then the most recent time I contacted the wait list, I contacted everyone 4 months later. So obviously they went and found other PTs, as they should. Like, you're not waiting 4 months to get started on your goals. I completely get that. But that is so silly for me, because I can't service any more girls and I'm almost like capped. So something I kind of came up with was doing a bit of a hybrid model, where you get the face-to-face with me, but you also get the online coaching, and then you do the sessions with me. And then when you're not like with me, obviously you do the online coaching. And it's actually funny, because I've been getting a lot of like backlash, not backlash, but I guess like, oh, what would you even call it? It's not backlash. I'll just explain. But essentially like, oh, like pushback. Basically, like, girls are like, no, but I need to come like every single week and see you face to face. No, like, and I was like, I fully get you. I get that, but the girls inside Toned and Trendy who literally don't even see me face to face, because I train girls all over Australia. Like, I actually think I only have like a couple of Sydney girls. Most of them are like everywhere else. They get better results than the girls face to face. Because simply literally the gap, because I sat down and I like ripped this all apart. I was like, first of all, I don't have the space and the capacity to add anyone else into weekly sessions unless someone goes. No one has left in months and months, like, which I love. I want them there all the time. I want them inside my world. I'm not complaining about that, but it doesn't allow like more new girls to come in. So then I'm like, okay, so I'm really capped in that. How can I allow these new girls to come in? Because I'm turning away so many girls and I feel fucking bad. I want them to live in their dream tone body. Like, I feel fucking bad for having to turn them away. Like, but at the end of the day, I'm just one girl and I can't take on more and more and more, because that is just like, I'm gonna crash and burn if I do. So I was like, okay, what can I do? Because Toned and Trendy is like fucking 10 out of 10, but I also find a lot of girls have reservations around online. I was like, I'm going to gel them. If you're local and you want to work with me, you still get to see me, but then you get that online aspect, right? So I was like, perfect. This is like so slay. This makes so much sense, because then you're training more than once a week, because a lot of my face-to-face girls will just train with me. And I'm like, you're doing great. Like, I track everyone's weights in their sessions. So they're literally progressive overloading. They've been increasing strength. They're going up. Like, they are hitting goals. But if you're only training once 45 minutes per week, that's simply not enough to get those big fuck yeah goals. It's simply not enough. We need to move a little bit more. There's 6 more days in the week, right? So I was like, I'm going to bridge this gap and I'm going to do an online program and I'm going to do sessions, and then you get the mix of them both. That is like 10 out of 10. And then I had one spot open up and I was like, well, actually technically 2 spots, because that girl was doing twice a week. So I had 2 spots open up. One of them filled really quickly. The other one, I was like, oh, you know what? I'm just going to ask some of my girls for referrals, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just going to put my ad up, right? Anyway, that's what I do. I kid you not, I had so many girls messaging me, no, I need weekly sessions. I need to be in person. I can't go to the gym without you. I need the accountability. And I was like, I feel you, girl. But when I tell you, genuinely, the girls that don't even see me get way better results than the girls that see me. And the only gap in that is that they're just training a little bit more. I was like, they actually don't even see me. Like, you actually get more accountability with me online, because when I have your session with you, yes, I'm locked in. You have me for 45 minutes, slay. But then I normally have like girls. And then it's like, okay, that you have to fit in my schedule now because I have all these other girls. So where else are you going to fit? You know what I mean? Whereas like on the app, sometimes I'm cheekily in there at like 8 p.m. after all my sessions and I'm getting back to everyone and like having a conversation. Like, but you probably couldn't book with me at 8 p.m. You know what I mean? And I'm like, it actually saves you time on driving to my house and all of that stuff. Anyway, I understand the like stress about this, right? Because you're like, no, I need to see you so often. But I feel like the personal training industry has kind of like pushed this narrative that you need face-to-face sessions to excel. I'm not even kidding. Like, I think my biggest weight loss like client achievements, go onto my website and go have a look at like my results page. I'm pretty sure like 80% of those results are from Toned and Trendy. Isn't that like wild? But then there's like all this hesitation around it, which is like wild as well. But I think it's because, again, on my survey, I kind of like put out the vibes. I was like, what's going on like with, you know, what's held you back? And then one girl was like, the training industry is so cooked. People just make up absolute lies and like false promises, and you think you're going to get something and you get another. And I agree with this. I agree with her completely. I actually should message her because she obviously wrote it in like the feedback form, but I was like, this is so true. How many times do you see massive fitness influencers posting that they're hosting like an 8-week challenge or whatever, and then it's open to like hundreds of thousands of fucking people? So you obviously know you're not getting a custom program. You obviously know you're not getting custom nutrition. You obviously know that girl does not give a shit, or guy, girl, whoever, does not give a shit about your results. But they're promising and pretending that you're getting a custom program and you're getting a custom this and a custom that. And I actually saw the other day, I looked at someone, I don't even really know her, but she does like basically not 1-to-1. It's like a subscription-based fitness thing. And she is like false promising. She's false promising custom training programs. And I'm like, you are not custom training program for X amount of girls, hundreds of girls, for X amount a week. I actually can't remember what it was, but it was pretty like low, like quite low. Like, let's break it down for a minute. I was doing this last week. If you charge $80 a week and you're in there doing one-on-one, replying back, doing the custom programming, doing the nutrition, doing the check-ins, all of the things, if you actually break that down, you're literally getting like $1 an hour. Because you also have app expenses as well. Like I put all my girls on an app. It charges me per girl I add to the app. And I don't charge my clients that. It's just kind of like somewhat included in the cost, but I obviously kind of foot the bill at the end of the day. Right? So it's literally like $1 an hour. The other day, because one of my girls is training for something very specific, I'm pretty sure I spent like an hour on her program because I just want to, I'm not complaining about this. Like I want to make it fucking good, of course. She has a very specific goal in mind. There's different elements that need to be included in her training program. And, you know, I spent like an hour on that. There is no way these other people who are claiming that they offer custom programming spend an hour on that. There's no fucking way. It just doesn't, like, it doesn't even add up. Ugh, this is such a this is so random, but this has just been on my mind so much lately because the industry is just so cooked. There's so many lies in it, and this is where everyone is getting so scared to invest in themselves because of decisions like that. And I was like, if I had like 50,000 followers, people would be happy to work with me. How fucked is that? But then if I had 50,000 followers, I would probably have way too many clients to handle because actually there's girls that I know and that I follow, and they have hundreds of clients. Can you imagine being like one of like 300? You're not getting custom programming. There's no fucking way. Like the girls in my world actually know that it's custom because it includes like some of them have gym memberships that like, you know, when your gym's just like shit, pretend you go to a local anytime and then you go to another anytime when you're in a different suburb, and then they're like, you're like, where's the bodybuilder machine at my gym? You know what I mean? So like sometimes I'll not have certain equipment. I know about that. Sometimes there's different things, exercises they don't even really like. I know about that. There's no fucking way that is happening when you're one of fucking 200. I just don't get it. I just do not get it. Anyway, but I just feel like, God forbid we spend a little bit of money on something custom, good to us, that actually makes us feel good, and like stop getting so stressed out. Honestly, that's what I'm thinking. I feel like I've been tested in so many ways lately and things have felt so hard. Just trying to get, how do you get your point across, right? I'm like, girls, I swear I wouldn't have come up with hybrid if it was dog shit. I swear all I care about at the end of the day is your results. And my clients can vouch for that. I'm like going out of my way all the time. The other day I just jumped on like a 20-minute call with one of my girls because she was like going through it. And I was like, let's chat right now. Are you free? Like, call me now. Well, I called her, but I was like, let's call now. I was like, literally, I just want you to win. I don't want you to feel like you're spiraling at home and you have to wait till our next session to see me. Like, I don't want that. Because I want you to fucking feel good. And even myself, as I said, I've been tested so many ways lately. And like 2 people know. Because I don't really share that, obviously. It's lame. Who wants to know? You don't want to know that I'm struggling. But you probably sit there and think, oh my God, Jess is so lucky. Jess has lost the 20 kilos and kept it off. Like, Jess is this, Jess is that. No, I'm not lucky. I just never gave up. I never stopped believing in myself and believing that I was capable of doing the things that I told myself I could do. I think that's truly what so many of you lack. That self-belief, that self-care, that self-love, that self-confidence. You don't lack the skill to do it. I fully back and believe in all of you. That's the thing. Sometimes I'll have conversations with you guys and I'm like, you just need to send it. I was like, stop overcomplicating it. And I think it's, again, the industry. They make everything so overcomplicated. Like, they just don't, like, okay, train 3 times a week. You don't have 3 days? Let's do 1. Let's start with 1. But no, other PTs online, I'm cutting through the noise here on this hot girl walk. Other PTs online are like, oh my God, you need to do X amount of sessions per week and you need to be in the gym X amount of days. You need to do this and this. Oh my God. God forbid a girl just wants to move in any capacity so she's feeling less overwhelmed. Speaking of overwhelmed, last topic I swear, but lately I've been feeling overstimulated, but I can also tell when my girls are feeling some type of way. And one of my girls, she's coming to mind straight away. Started a new job. She has a lot of responsibility in that role and she is still studying at uni. So she's doing full-time uni with a full-time job and she has so much responsibility in this job. And that's a lot because you and I both know full-time uni is technically, like, the hours of it is technically a full-time job. So she's now working essentially a free full-time job and another full-time job. So 2 full-time jobs. And I can just tell when she feels some type of way. And I found this app recently called the Smiling Mind app. And why does it sound sponsored? It's not. They don't even know I exist. But it's basically like short little like 5-6 minute meditations and things. And I find them really helpful. You just press play. They talk to you. You can put little like rain noise in the background, or there's different little noises that you can put on, and they just talk you through it. It's so good. Like, I'm so glad I found it, because the only ones I've ever known of is like BetterHelp, because they always do sponsored ads on like podcasts I listen to and stuff like that. But I really like it, so you should download it. It's called Smiling Mind, and it's like purple, and it has like a little brain and a smile. It's really cute. And just next time you're feeling some type of way, I find that I used to feel some type of way and then lean towards food. Now, if you're feeling that way, I want you to just open this app, close the door, go into a room by yourself. 5 minutes is literally all you need. Anyway, I know this has all been super random, but it was fun catching up. I would love to know what came up for you throughout this, what's on your mind, and if you have any topics that you want me to like little chat on, something that's just been coming up for you, I'm so down to do it. But I actually enjoyed doing this. It was actually really fun. Should this be a weekly, oh no, not weekly, a monthly, weekly, Hot Girl Walks every week? No. Should this be like a monthly segment? I feel like yes. I'm leaning towards yes. This was so much fun. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Rate the podcast, and I can't wait to talk to you all next week. Mwah. That's a wrap on another episode of Navigating Your 20s. Thank you so much for joining me and taking the time to listen. If you enjoyed the conversation, vibes, and got something out of today, please feel free to send me a DM with any key takeaways and feedback, or share on your socials and tag me so we can connect. If you liked today's episode and you're wanting more from me, you can find me on all socials at success.withjess.